I have been so desperate that I've contacted our local police department and the FBI. I am adamant that these things are happening. The evidence that I've seen, it's hard to deny it. Danielle has never admitted to any of this.
I don't trust you any more than you trust me. Every time Steven has showed me footage from a camera, it either is undescribable what noises are actually being heard, or it sounds like him on the voice recording.
You are constantly researching activity on the internet that is some other pervert that I don't know. And I'm tired of living with a scarlet letter on my chest.
I do believe that my girlfriend of 20 years is involved in some sort of prostitution, posting ads online, on dating sites, meeting people for sex, as well as possible drug use. In 2017, things didn't seem to add up, and I became suspicious that she was cheating on me. Danielle would receive a lot of phone calls and a lot of text messages. I noticed a pattern of multiple vehicles that would drive back and forth in front of my house. I have put cameras in the house and have caught her speaking to her pimp, such as, "You can't quit, you're indebted to me, bitch, so get out there." I do believe that Danielle is being controlled or forced to do these things by a male pimp. I believe that Danielle speaks to her pimp through a walkie-talkie or through an app on her phone. I checked the firewall, and lo and behold, it's full of this and female that. At this time, I don't trust you. I don't track her phone, but I do watch our home Wi-Fi and what is being sent out.
I don't want to have sex with the world. You just think that I want to have sex with any person that I interact with.
I have been so desperate that I've contacted our local police department and the FBI. I am adamant that these things are happening. The evidence that I've seen, it's hard to deny it. Danielle has never admitted to any of this.
I don't trust you any more than you trust me.
She has a pretty explosive personality.
I'm tired of wearing this hat that your misery is my fault.
Our situation is dire. We do still live together in the same home. However, we live in separate bedrooms.
And you're gonna see one day how you threw away a good, loyal woman who never did a damn thing to you.
So I'm hoping that Danielle may confide in Dr. Phil and feel safe enough here to be honest. But unfortunately, the evidence that I've seen, it's hard to deny it.
Let me clarify a few things. You say she's a prostitute, but does she have a cover job?
Well, she has yes, she has a job.
A legitimate job?
Yes, correct.
Does she work like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, something like that?
About that, like a 9 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know where she works?
Yes, I do, sir. The job is completely from home.
So when is she doing the prostituting?
It appears that it is just after the kids go to school, and also like in the middle of the night,
Okay.
like 4 or 5 a.m.
And where are you?
That's the scary thing is I'm home.
Why are you not sitting outside her door or her window?
I know it seems very obvious to say, well, you should be able to just catch her. I suppose if I was able to, I wouldn't be here.
Well, you say you found a goat cuddling experience listed to sleep with Danielle.
So, yeah, her birthday was coming up, and I went on a website to see if I could find something, kind of, maybe something I had never thought of doing, in like some sort of event. And, because it's kind of like map-based, it starts with your home. And I was surprised to find that my home had this little icon on it, which was marked as a experience. Yeah, the experience was come lay with a goat in a field, which sounds really odd. I guess you could say the backstory to that is Danielle's a Capricorn. She always calls herself like the goat. So when I saw that, it was a little alarming.
But you do know this is an organization that's been in business for years, way before you ever had any suspicions of Danielle. So it's not a code for her. You can actually go there and cuddle with a baby goat as a therapeutic experience, kind of like equine therapy.
I've seen a part of Steven that I didn't know existed. It's ugly. He is not my boyfriend. He is this person who is my keeper and my jailer. I am a prisoner in my own home. I can't even go outside and walk the dog because he thinks someone's gonna pull up and try to meet with me. I've never done any of these things that Steven has accused me of. I pride myself in being a modest, loyal person. I'm not flirtatious. Steven is very controlling, extremely narcissistic, jealous. He has called me a prostitute, whore, bitch, liar.
It's horrible knowing that the state police, your friends, my mother, all think that you think I'm a prostitute.
Things between us got so bad last year, I moved out of the master bedrooms to escape Steven's negativity and accusations. I moved into a small bedroom in the basement.
I don't think you can sleep with the things that you've done to me.
One time, I was on the phone with a customer, and Steven was listening to me talk. He was trying to rush into my bedroom so that he could interrupt this nefarious conversation. He's like, well, who are you talking to? I'm like, I was working. He's like, no, you weren't. I'm never sure where the camera is. He's put it on the roof in the living room window.
So let me stop this. I know this has been playing for quite some time. So, well, they've been boyfriend, girlfriend, 20-something years. Steven, why haven't you married her? Why haven't you put a ring on this woman? See, now, fellas, this is what I'm going to get on your ass about. Buddy's controlling, obviously. Buddy's definitely insecure, but he won't leave the woman, and for whatever reason, she won't leave him. So maybe they need each other to pay the rent. Maybe that's something that's going on. But how could you ever find peace and happiness if neither partner trusts each other? Now, you could say we go through therapy and all that stuff like that. I always say you should exhaust all possibilities. But 20-something years, I mean, I want to hear the history. Did he catch you cheating and he took you back? Because guys will sometimes use that as leverage and they'll never be able to trust you again, but they'll stay with you just because they have a scarcity mindset and they want to be able to control you and hold that over your head. And she obviously doesn't like it. She knows all these people are talking about her. Why are you still with this guy? Do y'all need each other? Are y'all codependent? Do y'all need each other to be able to live? And you can't leave, like, you're in the basement already, sleeping on the floor, a mattress on the floor. Like, what's going on here? Y'all both are in your late 40s, early 50s, maybe, and you're still living like this. He putting up cameras, but like, when I talk to my clients, I talk to my partners out there, my clients, and I just ask the question, like, I've had guys wanting to leave their wives, guys wanting to do this, that, and the third, and you got to weigh the stuff out. Like, if all this is going on and you guys that do the detective work, what's going to happen when you catch her? When you find out for sure, if she was to admit, then what? If she admits all this stuff, then what? What goes on? Let's get back to it, though.
Next to the air conditioner, every time Steven has showed me footage from a camera, it either is undescribable what noises are actually being heard, or it sounds like him on the voice recording.
You are constantly researching activity on the internet that is some other pervert that I don't know. And I'm tired of living with a scarlet letter on my chest.
Well, Danielle, it's good to meet you.
Before she gets into there, I'm going to say this, fellas. You do stuff like this, you're going to push your woman into another man's arms. You're going to make her, because you're looking like a bitch. You're not looking solid. You're not maintaining a masculine frame. You won't leave her. You just torturing each other, man. It just doesn't make any sense, man. But anyway, let's get back to it.
It's nice to meet you too, Dr. Phil.
You a hooker?
No, I am not.
You're not.
No.
I asked him, it seems like as much as he is vigilantly tracking you, that it would be a little hard for you to slip out and turn tricks.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, if you really think that, why don't you just like sleep in front of my door? And
You know, if you really believe this and you really want to know, why aren't you curled up in front of the door?
Well,
He tells me all the time he doesn't want to violate me that way, as opposed to hiding a camera within my private sanctuary. Yes.
You got walkie-talkie on you?
No.
So you're not down in the basement, Abel Bakel Charity to Roger Fox dog,
No.
calling up your pimp on a walkie-talkie.
No.
You don't like that?
There are more efficient ways to do that than a
I'm
walkie-talkie.
sure there is. I suppose maybe because the phone would be trackable. Not that I track her phone, but I guess if you wanted to,
That's
you
a
could
lie.
possibly do
You
that.
track my phone. You look in my phone. You look to see who I call, and you look for evidence.
When I ask you if she works throughout the day and she's slipping out during the night with you there, how is that happening? You said, well, that's a really good question. Well, yes, it is, because it would be difficult to sustain that across time. She wouldn't be that hard to catch. So
Well,
why?
as
why-
invasive as it was to put the camera where it was, I suppose it'd be very weird to sleep in front of her door.
I
feel-
asked you
I
to go
feel
buy
pretty-
me.
Bro, it can't get no weirder than that. Like, here's my thing. How do you know she's leaving at 3, 4, 5 in the morning anyway? How do you know? Like, where are you getting this information from? I like you to expound on it. Just like I would like her to expound on the whole goat thing. What's going on with the goat situation? Hey, y'all let me know, man. Sheesh.
Soda and dog food. You put a camera in my room when you left. That's really invasive and,
Yeah.
and violating. And it's makes me feel like you're creepy.
Why are you
Like, that's
still
what I
there?
literally said into the camera. Like, you're being creepy.
I am constantly having to prove my whereabouts. I went the other day to the store to buy dog food, and while I was there was an issue with my sale, so it took me a little while. When I got home, I was confronted with an accusation of going to meet someone in a rock quarry. I had to show Steven my receipts to show why I was gone for so long and that I couldn't possibly have been in another town 20 minutes away. He was accusing me of meeting someone to have sex with. Every move that I make is scrutinized.
We didn't receive anything that said meet me at 3 a.m. any more than we heard.
How is that possible?
How's
Because it
what
doesn't
possible?
exist. It's all in your head. When he showed me that video, he told me that the signaling was that click and the light that you saw, and that was me signaling for somebody to pick me up. When you confronted me with it, that was your evidence.
Well, here's another video where Stephen claims he hears Danielle talking to a woman asking if she's a prostitute. We're listening for Are You a Prostitute?
Correct.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And then somebody said, don't admit to any of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephen has a mistrust of my daughter, and
Did y'all hear anything? That's some audio. That's some bad audio, man. I don't know. Like, bro, if you think that she is, you claim you got proof. If you think you have proof, why are you on this show? Why are you still with her? If you do find out, fellas, that's what we need to know. That's what I always ask you fellas. If you do get proof, then what? Are you gonna leave? Or are you just gonna keep bringing it up, throwing it up in her face? And for a woman to stay with a guy like this, she's insecure. for a guy that's accusing you, just like a woman that constantly accusing you of something. That people get tired of that, man. Unless you really don't know your worth and you feel like you have to be with this person. I have to be with this person. I feel sorry for this person. Maybe I did something wrong. That's no way to live, man. That's a torturous. That's just straight up torture. Straight up torture.
It doesn't make sense because it just seems to come out of nowhere. My daughter doesn't cheat. She never did. She's not that type of a female. That's why it's so hurtful.
I want to stop the insanity.
I don't know where this came from because he wasn't a jealous person to start off with, but this is perverted and twisted.
I don't want your love. I want your trust.
Steve and his mother were very close. When she got cancer, she was living with them and my daughter was taking care of her. I'm thinking that there may be some kind of a guilty feeling because he wasn't as attentive to his mother as Danielle was. That may have been like a mental or an emotional breakdown that's coming out in a very torrid way. It's up to my daughter to decide what she wants to do with her future with Steve.
If you don't like who I was when I came to you, you shouldn't have hung around for 20 years, buddy.
I never really disliked Steve, but if he mistreats my daughter, then I cannot like him or care for him because that's my daughter.
You can come up with all of these rationalizations and justifications of how something like this might, but
How was that
actually
paid?
thinking about it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do not answer him. Do not answer that question. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the things you're going to have to stop doing is stop answering the question, stop reassuring him, stop playing the game. Do not do this another second, another minute, another hour of your life. You have answered that question for the last time.
I agree with that. I mean, fellas, you have to look at it from your perspective also. You say it one time, that's it. If somebody keeps beating you down with the same stuff, accusations, nah. Cut it. Or it's zip. Nothing. We're not going to do this every day. Either you make a decision or either you seek some therapy to fix this, because I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I told you, and that's what it is.
Do not answer that question. Do not give him the passwords to all of your electronic devices. If you find that camera, stomp it into 1,000 pieces. Do not play this game another time. You have a woman here that loves you
Not
very
even your
much.
wife. It's your girlfriend.
And I look back through your history, and at the time this really ratcheted up, a man came to you and told you that your father used to pimp girls out. That was upsetting to you. Your mother died of cancer shortly thereafter. You know, these things can be very upsetting, and it causes you to start questioning reality. If you got emotionally knocked off kilter, then be clear enough to say, you know what? I at least need to entertain the possibility that I am looking at things in a distorted fashion. And I'm willing to check that out because I believe in the principle of parsimony. And that is the most obvious and simple answer is usually the best one. And if I'm looking at which is most likely is you've hit an emotional rough patch. And I would like to help you get that looked at and see if we can't smooth things out for you before you lose this woman that says, I can't even imagine my life without him. Are you willing to take a look?
Absolutely.
I'll hook you up with a therapist on Doctor on Demand so you can even do it from home.
Please. Thank you.
Listen, Buddy should have did that a while ago. Buddy should have done that a while ago. And the first thing, this isn't everything. I agree with what Dr. Phil was saying. Ladies, if you're in a situation like that, And you know, unless you depending on this dude paying for you, like you ain't even put a ring on no girl finger and y'all been together 20 years. If that was my daughter, I'd tell him like, yo, beat it, baby. You know, you may be, you know, post-wall, but that's better than having to suffer with a guy like that that's basically just, you know, on this gaslighting BS. Accusing you of all this foolishness. When you know you're not doing it, you can't even sleep in the bed with your man because of his mind. Fellas, you either trust or you don't trust. Don't be with the woman that you don't trust, because you're punishing yourself and you're punishing her. You need to. We go into relationships to give, not to take her sanity. Let her go on about her way if you just can't deal with it. That's what I say, fellas. Happiness. It's about people's happiness. It's not just about your happiness. You know what I mean? Buddy is too old. Maybe he got some trauma going on. But just to put this off on this woman, especially if she's been a good woman, she was taking care of your mother in her last days. Come on, bro. Let me know what you guys think, though. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a session if you're trying to get some advice. Also, for you guys, if you guys don't know, I'm now doing YouTube coaching, YouTube consultations. If you're looking to build your channel, grow your channel, or just start your channel, feel free to book a session with yours truly. I got you. Purchase all my books and merch. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, much blessings and abundance to you all. Peace be upon you all. This is Wisdom. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.